Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well, wherever it is that you may be around the world. Southampton 0, Chelsea 6. Loads and loads and loads to talk about. And who's to say, right? It's not easy being a Chelsea fan, is it? It's like the weather. One way you're conceding 7 goals in 2 games, next minute you're scoring 6 goals in 1 game. Yeah, it's mental. It's absolutely mental. So much to go through today. The usuals, the player ratings, some stats, Thomas Tuchel's conference, pre-talk after the game, panel. So much to happen in the next sort of hour and a half to 2 hours on GNA TV. But make sure that you smash the like button, guys. Smash that like button for Chelsea now. Smash that like button for Chelsea now. What a performance from the boys in blue. Big up to everyone that's already in the chat as well. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, guys, 2 seconds. Big up, everyone. As always, two seconds. Just had something to sort out there. But yes, lots to talk about. Make sure you hit the likes. Make sure you subscribe. Let's cue that intro. Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. And what a performance from the boys in blue, hey? What a performance. 6-0. 6-0 piping of Southampton. And it could have been more. Let's face it. It could have been more. We had it all. We had Timo Werner on the score sheet. We had Alonso on the score sheet. We had Kai Havertz continuing his run. We had, who else did we have? Mason Mount mudding. Mason Mount mudding. All the fans that are against him or against or doubt Mason Mount mudding. You know, like Reece James got rested. Exactly what Fraser said there. Loftus-Cheek was playing. We played Thiago Silva again. We took the risk on playing Werner. You know, Alonso came back in. Like, there was so much that happened. And we're going to talk about it all. Because we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about everything that happened in today's game and how it worked and why. Why was it a better performance? That's the big question mark here. Why can we put a performance like that in, but in the last 2 games, absolutely stink up the place? That's the real big question mark as we speak right now. But let's go through the chat, as always, and see what everyone is saying. Over 30 of you guys here already. Make sure you're smashing it. That like button. Panel to come a bit later as well. Sosa says, covering Kante. That is what we need. We do. When they're playing like that, and I keep saying to you the importance of the midfield. If the midfield is on their A game, then you see a better Chelsea. And we got a better Chelsea. And Mateo Kovacic, we're going to talk about him a bit later on when we do the player ratings, but Mateo Kovacic was on fire. On fire. Big up to El Padrino, Savion as well. He did look better today. Still had quite a lot of chances. We're going to talk about him a bit later as well. Charlie, big up to you. Lyrical, big up to you. Well, some people were calling it the Bundesliga Werner. Yeah, exactly. Andre, big up to you. What a response. What we needed, eh? You know, I was sitting there saying, forget the performance in the preview. Forget the performance. Just get the win. The most important thing is just getting the win. But we got the performance and we got the win. And we deserved that. As a fan base, we deserved a big win like that. Especially after the last 2 games as well. Now we need the same performance at the Bernabeu. Well, you know, it just goes to show that we can play like that, right? It goes to show that the players still do have it in them. And it goes to show that it's not a system thing for me. It just goes to show that personnel is important. If the personnel are not up to it, then you're not going to get the performance you needed. Now, if we played like we did today against Southampton, or at least 3/4 of that way against Real Madrid, we would have created more chances and we wouldn't have lost by 3 goals. And as great as Benzema is, Mendy doesn't make that mistake. And maybe potentially we don't defend as poorly as we did for both of them goals. But that's maybes and ifs and buts. And that was our own fault. Josh, big up to you. Top bins in the house as well. Big up to you. Could have been double figures, man. It really could have been double figures. Nice warm up for 4. Literally, we need 3 goals at Madrid, don't we? What are they? 3-1. Yeah, we need 3 goals to go through at Madrid. We're going to be doing the preview for that next week as well. Big up to CFC Stephen, Fraser. Who else we got? Daniel Wilkinson in the house as well. Never doubt Mason Mount. Listen, the best players are the ones that I have a lot of respect for are the ones that are getting a lot of heat on them. The ones that actually step up and just kind of quieten the doubters, you know. Not to say that Mason Mount's done that today. I think he has today, don't get me wrong. But in the long run, let's see if he can continue with that. And he had no air. He shaved that Barnet off, man. You know, maybe, you know, he shaved the Barnet. I was just thinking about my own Barnet then. He shaved the Barnet off. You know, it was gone. And we saw a completely different Mason Mount. The curse has been dropped. Mason Mount has shaved his hair. And the curse has been dropped. Werner changed my mind about him. He has to start at Madrid. Some people were saying that now. Oh, and that's the big question. And we'll talk about Werner a bit later on today as well. Why was Werner better today? All right, he still had loads of chances and he missed the chances that he had. But what was the reason why Werner looked, as people were saying on Twitter, Bundesliga Werner? Bundesliga Werner. We're going to talk about that as well. Sosa, big up to you as well. Gets big up to you. Who else we got here? Mohamed as well. The comeback is real. Listen, this is Chelsea Football Club, man. We can only hope. Athan, big up to you. EE, big up to you, my man. Southampton was crap. Again, I agree with that as well. I'm not going to sit here and make it sound like it was all Chelsea. Southampton were very poor. Still, we weren't in any great form coming into this game. And the fact that we can play in that way that we did and win the game as convincingly and comfortably as we did and a clean sheet again. And let's get it right. Mendy had to make a really good save. Could have been at least 1 goal to them, which is great for his confidence as well. We know that he's maybe suffering a little bit from that as well. But I prefer Pulisic is what we're hearing as well. But we had Pulisic against Real Madrid. First time round. Did it work? Not too much. You know, could we look to switch it? Maybe go with a Werner that's scoring goals? Who knows? Josh says it was a top save. It definitely was. All right, let's get into it, right? Because I am going to talk about my thoughts of the game. We're going to go through some stats first. Stats on the match. So we're going to start with this one from goal. Let's say stats. This is who scored the goals, right? So Marcos Alonso gets on the score sheet. And by the way, another very good performance from him. Mason Mount then gets a goal on the 16th minute. Timo Werner on the 22nd. 3 goals in 22 minutes. And then by the 30th minute, Kai Havertz gets his goal. So in the first half, we had scored 4 goals. We were 4-0 up. Timo Werner then, 3 minutes after the half started, scores on the 49th minute. Mason Mount on the 54th. Chelsea are back with a bang. And when you think about it right now, we're up. Because we conceded 7 goals, but we've scored 8. So 8 goals scored to the 7 that's conceded. We're kind of up by 1 goal, guys. Let's be positive. Nah, it can't be positive about the last 2 games. Not going to lie. Right, what else have we got? Opta Joe. Let's go to Opta Joe. Opta Joe. Here it is. So, as I just said to you guys, Chelsea have taken a 4-0 lead in the 31st minute against Southampton. The earliest any side has scored 4 away from home in the Premier League since Chelsea themselves, us, in October 2011 at Bolton, 27th minute, fantastic. So, we're breaking our own records, guys. We're sitting there breaking our own records, you know? So, again, it just goes to show how good the performance was. You know, all right, Southampton wasn't great, but, you know, to still go and break your own record is quite impressive based upon the form that we find ourselves currently in at the moment. Let's not get it twisted. We are not in any real great form right now. So there's a little bit of stats for you there. We've also got another one here. You know, let's keep throwing them at you. Let's keep throwing them at you. One from here for our scorecard saying most Premier League goals. Ready for it? So this is to all of the people in the chat that hate Mason Mount. And I don't hate Mason Mount, but I still think he's not been great. But this is to the haters. These are the ones to the people that cannot stand him. Yeah. Most Premier League goals scored for Chelsea this season. Premier League goals. Mason Mount, 10. Most Premier League assists for Chelsea this season in the Premier League, Mason Mount, 8. Now, do I think that they're great numbers still? No. At least he's managed to get to double digits. At least he's got to that double digit mark. You know, he had a good game. Some people will moan and say the opposition. I see some people on Twitter saying, yeah, but it was only Southampton. It just shows how bad Southampton are. At the end of the day, the goal that he scored, again, the first goal he scored was, well, it was a top goal. But he needs to do that more. And I agree, the consistency of Mason Mount is something we need to see more of. But stats-wise, again, you look at what he did for the last 2 years when he was playing better, eye test. So eye test seeing Mason Mount having better performances, but stats not being there. And you could argue this year that the eye test, the way he plays the game has not been the greatest. But the stats would say otherwise. The stats would say otherwise. And it doesn't matter how many goals he scored against what teams. He's still scored more goals than any of our players. That is the truth. Like, we cannot hide from the truth. That is the truth right there, guys. Mason had a good game. He did. Big up to Chelsea, the Kings player. Hope you're well. He says, look, Ruben looking was very good at win back. We'll talk about him. Lampard, big up to you. M3, nice to see you, man. Massive win today, actually. A very satisfying win today. I've had a very satisfying day. It's been a very good day. Mount haters are delusional. Yes, sometimes he's off his game, but he's never trash. Mount Finners gets double digits on goals and assists is what Hashinio is saying as well. And it's right. Mason Mount is Chelsea's top scorer in the Premier League and top assister. Another thing for you as well. Timo Werner. Even though it's got nothing to do with him. Chelsea recorded 14 attempts on target in their 6-0 win over Southampton. The most they have managed in a Premier League game since 2-1 home defeat to Sunderland back in 2014, which was 15. So we lost that game, but we had so many shots on target. I actually remember that game. I can't believe we even lost that game. Today, we have recorded more shots than any of the other games on target since 2014. That is something that we have, as Chelsea fans, have been crying for. Us to be more clinical with the shots on target. You know, and not have 20 shots and only have 5 on target. You know, have 20 shots and have 14 on target is goddamn impressive. And that again shows how good the performance was. And relevant to how bad Southampton was, the players on the pitch who had the chances in front of goal were still taking their, you know, having the opportunities and making sure they hit the target. So, yeah. That's a Musa as well. Gary says, to me, just want to tear Mace down regardless of his stats. The fact that Gavin relies on him is lost on them. It is. I hear you, man. I hear you. Southampton stopped attacking. Don't let Ruben Loftus-Cheek deceive you. Werner press God. Yeah, literally. It's what it felt like. But there you go. Have a little bit for you. But let's talk about the game because we just spoke about stats and how many shots are on target. And we have got the stats right here. And in this game, which I haven't got up yet, which is here. In this game, we did record 24 shots. And in them 24 shots, we had 14 on target. Now, that is very pleasing in the eye of a Chelsea fan. Now, when you look at the Southampton chances, this type of performance is the performance that we were seeing last year when Tuchel first come to Chelsea, where we limited the possession, we limited them to chances. Many didn't have much to do again today. But now, what's better about this performance is that we're actually, you know, we always had quite a lot of shots. Don't get me wrong, 20 plus shots. That doesn't change. But it's the on-target figure that is better. This figure right here. This is the impressive part. You know, 8 off target as well. It's not bad. So more on than off. I like that. 88.6% per passing possession. 67% tackles won. 71% aerial duels won. You know, they committed more fouls than us. It was a very satisfying performance. That's all I'm going to say. Irrelevant to who we were up against. Irrelevant who we were up against. And just quickly before we go into anything more, let's have a look at the table, because Chelsea, who are being dragged into a top four battle with the likes of Tottenham and Arsenal, have now still got a game in hand on Tottenham, sitting at 62 points, 5 points ahead of them, could be 8 with the win, and they're sitting well away from the supposed Arsenal, who are sitting now in fifth on 54 points as well, 8 points away from them, with their travesty loss today. Absolute bad. I mean, ours was bad, don't get me wrong, with Brentford, but 2-0 to Brighton when they're fighting for a top 4 battle with Tottenham just shows that they've bottled it again. They're bottling it. You know, this is the thing with Arsenal. It's the club that keeps giving. You know, where are these Arsenal fans in the chat now that were giving it all the big 'un? Yeah, we'll probably see them again on Tuesday if we don't beat Real Madrid, because we go out the Champions League if we do. And they'll probably try and give it to us again. But they've got sieve brains, because look at the league and look at yourself. You've lost your last 2 games, bruv. Palace, and Brighton. That just ain't good enough. But in terms of Chelsea, the goal difference is tremendously better than both Tottenham and Arsenal. You know, we needed that today. Goal difference is so important in these type of games as well. Integral in these games as well. And we've got to push these. Some people may say that the third is done. Third is as. We've still got 8 games to play. So there is a lot to still play for. But if you look at what we have left, you know, we could potentially draw one, but we should be winning most of the games that we do have left in the way that we're playing. And hopefully, after what we've seen today, this is a performance that will now kick on and allow us to see better form from our players in this system, which allows us to grow the gap in the Premier League, potentially get into a final of the FA Cup, and maybe, and it's a big maybe beat Real Madrid on Tuesday. Now, I'm not saying that we can do it, but I'm not saying we can't. We do have the opportunity to go to the Bernabeu in the way that we played today. If we go with that confidence and set up in maybe the same way, I think they will press. I don't think they will sit. I think they will give us the space. And if we are effective, if we are good at moving the ball forward, if we are, you know, if we are playing like we did today from top to bottom, then we give ourselves every ounce of chance. Don't let any person tell you you can't. Because today is a day that's shown us that we can perform. On our day, we can perform to the level that we need to, but we need to continue with this clinicalness, and we need to continue with the consistency. The consistency of the poor performances has to continue from this football club. We can't have a dip. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see. We're going to go to quickly Thomas Tuchel's comments as well. Guys, make sure we keep smashing them likes. Let's make sure we get this up to 50 likes as quickly as possible. Hit that like button for Chelsea Football Club. Hit that like button if you think we're going to beat Real Madrid. A lot of people are not hitting now. Come on, hit the like button. Hit it for Chelsea Football Club. 26 likes, man. We should be over 30 already. Let's go. I know most of you haven't hit that like, so let's do it. Thomas Tuchel's comments after the game. Tuchel on winning 6-0. A very good performance offensively and defensively was outstanding. The statistics of challenges won was outstanding. Was outstanding at halftime. Through winning the challenges, we were able to be dangerous in transition. And how were we winning the challenges to be dangerous in transition? We were pressing as a unit. We were bringing energy into the system. People wasn't taking as many touches. There's a lot of things that we done in today's game, which I wasn't sure whether they still had it in them to do. You know, all right, let's just before we go into the player ratings, because we're going to do that as well. Don't get me wrong. When I saw the lineup, and do you know what? I'll see if I can find it actually. It's just good. When I first saw the lineup, Here it is. Let's bring it up for you guys. Let's bring it up for you guys. When I saw the lineup, I thought to myself, damn, what's he doing? Ruben Loftus-Cheek on the right. You know, Alonso's back in. Werner starts when he's been absolutely stinking the place up the last couple of games. Christensen, Thiago Silva playing again. Are we trying to injure him? Saw Reece James was on the bench. Mendy, okay, I understood was going to play. And I thought to myself, man, we're not really in any great form, but how is he going to set this team up? Are we going to play in the three at the back? Are we going to play in the four at the back? Like, what was we going to do in this game? And I was slightly reserved. And if you saw my comments on Twitter, I was very unsure on whether we was going to be able to perform to the level that we thought, because we were lacking in form. Some players weren't playing well enough, and I just thought we were going to potentially drop some points today. He got it spot on. Whatever he said to him after the Real Madrid game, I don't know what it was. Whether he gave him a slap, whether he gave him a Will Smith slap in the face, all of them, and woke him up, because the performance today, and again, I know Southampton were poor, and I am taking that into consideration, but the performance today from the boys and the way that they played the game, it was very weird for me to see, because I know we can do it, but to go and do this on the back of conceding 7 goals, this goes to show that we can play at this level. We can do this. We can, if we go to the Bernabeu. Sorry, when we go to the Bernabeu on Tuesday, we can play like this. We can actually have a go. And if we lose at the Bernabeu, but we play like we did today and we create loads of chances and get 1 goal and we're struggling just to get that last goal, but we outplay them and we give it all our all, I will be happy. You know, at the end of the day, we know that we fucked up at home. And this is our opportunity to just, I think, for the players and Tuchel to just wear their hearts in their sleeves and go with no pressure. Go with no pressure. Go to the Bernabeu. You're 2-0 behind. Look at it at 0-0 and just do what you did today. Just go, right, do you know what? We need to just do our thing. Just play like we did. Press. Work hard. Work as a team. Get everyone on side. Play like they did against Southampton. And I think we'll give ourselves a chance. Exactly. And this is what we're Waste Mount saying. Big up to you, bro. Nice to see you in the chat. As always, my guy. Nice to see you in the chat as always. We need another Napoli moment. And listen, that Napoli moment was special. And it's not always going to come around anytime soon. But there is a lot of similarities in it. Arsenal are in the mud. I agree. So let's get into the players, because we've gone through stats. We've gone through the lineup, right? I've kind of spoken about the performance, which actually I'm going to finish off on quickly before we do the player ratings. And then we're going to open up the lines. We're going to get everyone in, panel. Whoever wants to come in and have their say can come in. But what was the difference between today's performance and the last 2 games? Personnel, the players that were playing this game, the energy, the confidence to go forward, to not allow Southampton time on the ball, and the most important thing, moving the fucking ball quick. Every player that picked the ball up from when it reached Kovacic or Kante and was played into them, played the ball quickly. Werner, Havertz, Mount, and the movement around these players from midfield to the forward line was perfect. The link-up play was good. Werner, someone that we all saying is going to be leaving in the summer, is not good enough for this football club, etc., looks better. Looked more like the Werner we saw at the beginning of season. All right, he was missing chances, like he probably was. He could have had a hat-trick today. But, you saw an ounce of Bundesliga Werner in a way when you look at it, Why were we playing like that? How did we get a performance like that, like we did? Who was the key? They were all the key. But there was one player for me that just makes things tick. And it's not any of the goal scorers. It's not Mason Mount. It's not Timo Werner. It's definitely not Alonso. It's not even my boy who's for me, our most important player at the moment in front of goal, Kai Havertz. Yeah, he's important. Don't get me wrong. He's the glue up there. My player of the match was Mateo Kovacic. Mateo Kovacic was nothing short that world class. And he don't forget who he was up against. I'm talking about the dominance in midfield to win the ball back, to drive forward with the ball, to play the ball quickly. The amount of progressive passing, every time he picked the ball up, the first thing that came to his mind was to look forward. Who's in front of me? Left, right, front. Yeah. And if he couldn't find them, he would run with the ball into space, which then would attract the Southampton players to him, which then he would then release the ball to the likes of Werner, who was making runs off the left, Havertz through the middle, Mount off the right. We looked better with him in it. And if Kovacic plays like he did today, we have every chance in the world of getting a result at Real Madrid. I'm telling you now. Because he's got the legs on them. He's got the legs on Modric. He's got the legs on Kroos. He's got the legs on Casemiro. But he has to start. And this is why I was so frustrated against the first time round. Kovacic is, for me at the moment, becoming integral. And not only was he the player of the match for me, he was the man of the match. I don't care about who scored the goals today. Mateo Kovacic blew me away today with his performance. N'Golo Kante, who again's not, he wasn't amazing, but he was there. He was doing his thing. His energy was there. He was next to him. Him and Kovacic were just like on it. They were just like bang, 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 bang. And it was the energy from the midfield, so that when they went, the forwards went. They were always supportive. And when they didn't have the ball, it was win the ball back quickly, and they won it together. 2 or 3 players in on the challenge, take the ball off the Southampton player quickly, efficiently, quickly move the ball forward. And you said that was 3-4-1-2. I think this was more of a 3-4-2-1. It was a 3-4-2-1 for me today. Because what I saw from Havertz and Man is something I haven't seen much this season. And it works very well. And I'm wondering if he's looking to do that against Real Madrid. He today allowed Timo Werner to have the run of up front. Now, we hate Timo Werner being played up front. We don't think he's good enough to be a number 9 from what we've seen. But Timo Werner's pressing an attitude today, running into the pockets. All right, the high line worked to his advantage, etc. Seeing a lot of the ball. But then having the likes of Mount and Havertz that were playing close to each other, more centrally, but then also pulling wide wherever the ball was they would go to, was also creating more space for Timo Werner to run in. If you watch it closely, what Tuchel done, which was so clever, and I don't think people would have seen it intricately. If you go and watch the game back again, because I watched some of the highlights again, just to rethink it. He made Mason Mount and Havertz play deeper. So Havertz wasn't the focal point. Werner was the focal point. But what he done with Mason Mount and Havertz is he dropped him off, to help when they didn't have the ball, win the ball with Kovacic and Kante, create triangles and whatever, squares around the player. Hence why we were winning the balls quick enough with Alonso and Ruben as well, which worked very well. But then when we broke, you saw the likes of Havertz and Mount very close to Timo Werner. It wasn't left isolated. It was their energy between the lines of Werner and Kante and Kovacic, which then worked so well, and you saw a better performance from the team. When we talk about energy, Kante and Kovacic had it today. They were good. But when you have 2 players like Mount and Havertz with the energy that they have, with the grit and the determination that they have in when they haven't got the ball, but even when they have got the ball as well, to be able to win the ball back effectively and help the likes of Mateo Kovacic and Kante, which they did exceptionally well today. But even on the break, them 2 sitting in the pockets when Kovacic had the ball and was attracting the Southampton midfield to him, allowed Kovacic to play them great pressing balls through the middle into the likes of Mount, even Werner and Havertz, because they were so kind of close to each other. They will never. It's hard to explain. I wish I actually had up a formation board so I could show you physically what I'm trying to say. But the fact that Havertz and Mount were playing so close to each other, just behind Werner, so it was a 3-4-2-1, worked tremendously well for Werner, because, like I keep saying, it attracted the defenders to them, and they didn't know what to do. So once doing that, and they were playing a high line as well, it then gave Werner the opportunity to be effective. Before, when Werner played as a number 9, he was isolated. He had no runners. He had nothing around him. Technically, we know he's not good enough. We know he's not good enough. But what Tuchel done today, I haven't seen. Usually he plays Werner off the left, or he plays Werner as a second striker. Today, he allowed Werner to be the pinnacle of the presser at the top of the point, with Havertz and Mount just sitting behind him, going left and right, yeah? And then once the ball had been played through to the middle where Kante and Kovacic was, and it was picked up on one, they were then playing close to Werner and attracting the defenders, which then freed the pockets for him and helped Kovacic and Kante win the balls in midfield quicker. And that's why we moved the ball quicker, because we was winning the ball quicker. And when Kovacic had the ball, he was progressively getting rid of it very quickly as well. Pick it up, bang, 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 bang. Watch it again. When you just get a chance, watch the highlights, listen to what I said, and watch Mason Mount and Kai Havertz's positional sense and what was required from them in that formation. That will be the key and the answer to you guys on how we played so well today, how it worked, why we scored so many goals. 14 shots on target out of 20 is amazing. I haven't done that since 2014. Can we do it all the time against other teams? Maybe it's harder to do against teams that play a low block, because let's be serious, Southampton didn't do that. They came and they tried to press. I think Real Madrid will do the same. I don't think they will go to their backyard and they will just box themselves in and stop us. I think they'll try and make it hard. Don't get me wrong. But they will be attracted to the likes of people like Kovacic when he's got the ball, and they will go. But as long as Mount and Havertz can find them pockets close to each other, we know that chemistry-wise they have the best link-up. These two have. They've got the best link-up, I think, in the team. And then if you're going to play a Werner and allow him that space, play him. But use him effectively, that when he makes the runs behind, you look and you play him in quickly. And that allows Mount and Havertz to then go and join him quicker and run into the spaces today and be more effective. So much. So much, guys. So much. But over 104 people here. Big up to everyone. Big up to Kovan in the house. I'm very... Do you know what? I am thinking about it. I think Couch is in the chat as well. But I'm really thinking about the idea of doing a tactic show where I show you what I see in the game. But it's very hard because I can't video and show you it. I have to do it in split images, like screenshots. Maybe we'll do that as a show one day. So this one would have been a perfect example today for you guys to fully understand why it worked better than it did the last 2 times round. What did Tuchel do differently? Who did he use differently? Because Timo Werner today was played in his actual position, but in a way we know he's not a main striker. But we didn't, even though he was the main striker, we kind of didn't use him as that still, because Havertz and Mount were also so close to him. And the defence of Southampton didn't know what to do with that. So the whole attention of just staying on and keeping an eye on Werner, making it easy for them to mark, became a problem for them. Because it was like, oh, we're not just marking him because Mount's so close to him, Havertz is so close to him, Kovacic is running towards us, he's beating the midfield. It's mad. It's mad. Jim, kind of sometime lies. It's Werner that enabled Havertz Mount, not the other way around. What are you talking about? What are you saying, mate? So, what you're saying that Werner allowed Havertz and Mount, what? That makes no sense. Come back and actually explain it to me, Again, like I said, you might not think that I'm right in what I'm saying. It's the way that I saw the game. You may see the game differently, mate, but it doesn't mean that your way of seeing things is any better than mine. I'm just giving you, like I keep saying, an image of what I think is happening. Is what it is, my man. Enjoy the rest of your day. CFC Matty says to the panel yesterday, questioning me about Werner. I accept chocolates as well as flowers. Matty is coming for the heads of the panel, which is coming on very, very soon. Big win for the last today, Jem. Let's perform. Let's put this in a performance at Madrid. Win or lose, let's give it our all. I agree. Big up to Chelsea fan. Everyone in the chat. Nah. It was brilliant, you know, and it's worth. And I love talking about it. I love. You can see it's quite a passion thing that I like talking about the game. He's moving on like a broken club. If you don't perform like this against Real Madrid, this game's going to become. Yeah, I agree. Well, no, it doesn't become irrelevant because it solidifies our top three, or so we say, third position. So it's not irrelevant. This performance still relevant. It's just, are we going to perform to that level? Havertz has been perfectly fine without Werner. What is this tie talking about? You give Werner someone else, he will enable them. Why did not Mount Havertz enable Pulisic by your logic? Because Pulisic wasn't a striker. What are you talking about? Pulisic wasn't the main focal point. Werner was the striker today. He led the line. He wasn't playing off the left. He was playing to right. He might have found himself in the left and right, but Pulisic was playing off the left. Why it didn't work very well against Real Madrid was because we were too slow to pick once we picked the ball from midfield to play it into the forward line, and we didn't press well enough. We didn't move the ball quick enough. But what Tuchel done today, which was not play Havertz as a focal point and play him and Mount more closer just behind Werner and allow Werner to be the presser, for them to stay close to him, but also out of possession, stay close to Kante and Kovacic so that they can team up and win the balls back quicker, works better for us today. There's your answer, Pie Man. Have a good day. Have a good day. That dude is closer in disguise. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's hard for what I'm saying for people to understand. I don't know, but I want to move on to the player ratings. And we're going to open up the lines and get you guys involved. Edouard Mendy, guys, let's get involved in chat. Ratings out of 1 to 10. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Edouard Mendy didn't have much to do today. That one big save will boost his confidence, though. That one big save, which could have been one goal to them, let's not lie. It's quite an open goal as well. I would say that was a good performance by Mendy. You know, he's kept a clean sheet. He's had a lot of crap recently. I'm going to give him a 7. I'm going to give him a 7 for that save because that is something he needed himself, just for his confidence. So big up to man like Mendy. 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8. Yeah, look, everyone's putting in them 7s and 8s. Big up to everyone. 7 is what Angelica's saying as well. Yeah, and he's good. Yeah, maybe if they're going to play where they allow space, then maybe 7, 8, 8 didn't do much. He didn't have much to do. Only one save in the whole game, and it was quite a big save. That's what I'm saying. So 7, 7, 7. And it was a good save. So 7 for Edouard Mendy is the first rating that we're going with. We now move on to the 3 at the back. Antonio Rudiger. Another good performance from Antonio Rudiger today. Better than the last 2 games. More organised, more good with the... I mean, again, very good with the ball, moving the ball quickly from the back. Again, the defence were doing the same. Because Kovacic and Kante and whoever else were moving the ball quickly to the forward line, they were then moving the ball quicker to them. Kovacic was always available for them to pick the ball to him so that then he could then transition, allow us to quickly turn the transition fast. And the transition moves faster when we was out of position and was winning the ball from midfield moving forward. So, you know, Antonio Rudiger, I want to give him a 7 today. Yeah, I'll give him a 7. What are people saying? 7, 8, 7, 7, 7, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 6, 7, 7, 6, 7, 7. Gem, higher tempo first half. Good win for Chelsea. Thank you very much, Angel. Nice to see you in the house. Guys, make sure we're getting them likes up, though. Only 46 likes, and we've got over 130 people here. Panel is coming soon as well. But let's get these likes up. Let's get this over 50. We're 4 away from that. So please hit that like button. Hit that like button. Let's try and close that gap to the 75s as quickly as possible. 6, 7 as well. Fator is in the house. Who's at the game today as well? Here he comes, 7.5. So 7 is what I'm going for, Antonio Rudiger. We now move on to Thiago Silva. He was just Thiago Silva, 7. He didn't have much to do today, really, did he? Really didn't have much to do. But it was more of a better performance from a defence that we've seen do very well in previous games. Not this to last 2 games, but in past games, shall I say. And it was close to that. We were very solid in defence. They didn't offer much. We broke down anything that went our way, and that's what we're going to need against Real Madrid on Tuesday. So another 7 for the El Monstro Thiago Silva. Big up to him. Also got taken off as well for a break, which I think he deserves. 7-7. He was chilling. Keep the campaign. Yeah. No to Ricketts, man. No to Nathaniel. No to... Oh, man. Fator. 7. I want him rested for this. He was rested. He was rested for half a game. Oh, actually, was it? I think it was 25 minutes or 30 minutes, if I'm right in saying. He did. Could have maybe given him a bit more, I think, but he was good. He was good. Krusty the Clown. After his clown performance against Real Madrid, and it was a clown performance, yeah, and I'm expecting it to be 10 times better against Real Madrid away if he does start, and I think he probably will, based upon the performance today. I do think that Christensen, Thiago Silva, and Rudiger in the 3 is our best defence. And I think we should stick with that to play Real Madrid. But again, he was decent today. He didn't have much to do. I think all 3 defenders could be rated a 7. 7. Yeah, we'll give him a 7. Come on, man. Come on, guys. I know he's a Barcelona player. Big up to Gov in the house as well. I know he's a Barcelona player. I know you guys want to give him a bad rating. I know that it's, I know this. 2.5, 3.5. Come on, guys. 7. 6.5, 4, 7, 5.5. Was he? Not for me. 8, 7. Oh, my God. Fator, man. You and your Astrid addiction, man. You and your Astrid addiction is funny, man. I'll play AC over Silva in Madrid. Have Silva rested. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. Silva has to play. Silva has to play in such a big game. I'm sorry, Seppers. I can't. 8, 7, 9, 4. It's a bit of a mixed feeling, really. Yeah, I know it's his birthday. Big up to Carefree Lewis, guys. 130 people with you here. Lewis's birthday today. Carefree Lewis, the crusty, the clown, orgasmic lover, should we say. It's his birthday, so happy birthday to you, my mate. I hope you have many more happy, crusty birthdays. I will send you over a Barcelona shirt with Krusty's name on the back, because I'm sure you'll end up putting a penitentiary up for him whilst he's over there as well. That's how much you love him. That is how much you love him. 4.33. Krusty the Clown needs to go. He's leaving anyway. Sorry, Jim. 2 Volga Red Bulls messing in my head. Krusty and 8. 7. 7 is what I'm going with Krusty. All of them get a 7 at the back today. I'm not even going with it. The Snail. The Snail. Marcus Alonso. Markberto Carlos Alonso. Markberto Carlos Alonso, guys. What are we saying about Markberto Carlos Alonso's performance? Let me tell you something. Great finish. And, I still think offensively he's not great. But when you do find him in that box on his left foot, he's going to score. He also created the goal as well. I think it was, Pulisic missed the shot. Werner then scuffed it. And then it was passed in by Mason Mount. But, he was solid today. And look, Hassan is the fucking Alonso lover. Yeah, mate, it was a great performance. Yeah, I'll give him a 7.5. I had never thought I would say this today. Marcus Alonso on one performance against Southampton. He gets a 7.5 for me. 7.58, 7.57, 7.55. Key passes, 8 out of 10 for me. Wow. He was pretty good. 8, 7. I'm not going to get totally sold by it. He actually scored. He's really scared. 7 for me, man. I'm going to give him the only 7 that he's ever probably going to get. Because probably next week he'll go back down to a 2. Alonso, enjoy your 7 that you've been given today, mate. He was good. Roberto Carlonzo, God save Valverde, going to expose him on Tuesday. He's a 7. Yeah. 8. What a goal from Alonso. Yeah, and he ain't even a centre forward. 7.5, 7, 8. 8. Yeah. He had a good game today. You know, he did do his part. And we move. There's not much else to say about his performance. Let's talk about Ruben Loftus-Cheek, shall we? Because I saw him on the list and I thought, what are we doing? No, he's not a wing back. Not 3-4-3. We're going to get exposed. Christensen's going to get done. Why are we playing Ruben Loftus-Cheek as a right wing back? Well, we got proven wrong today, didn't we? Again, whatever Thomas Tuchel does, we should trust. Even when he sometimes doesn't work, he still manages to make it work. The guy is like a magician. You know, the guy is a magician. He makes things happen. Like, I talk about versatility. Like, Ruben Loftus-Cheek playing as a right wing back. And today, he played very well. He was driving at him. He created that goal, which led to Marcos Alonso's goal. He was offensively very good. Defensively very tight with Kante, helping win the ball back quicker in midfield. His energy levels were much better than from what I've seen him in the 6. And I think he had some good performances early in the season in the 6. But today, I thought he had a very good game. I thought he had a very, very good game. And, you know, it is what it is. Playing a good game like Werner. Yeah, he's capable of playing a good game. I agree. 6.5, 8, 7, 7, 8, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7.5, 7, 8. Dexter says Ruben Loftus-Cheek redemption episodes continue 7.5. But it's consistency, guys. And now we're getting closer to the forward line. We're going to be talking about that. 6.5, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 7. I'm going with a 7.5. I'm going with 7.5 because, you know, you could push an 8. You could push an 8 for him. But, you know, 7.5 or 8, I wouldn't argue about it. I think he did have a very good game today. He surprised me how well he played as a wing-back. Do I think he could do this against Real Madrid? No. I think Reece James will come back in and play there. But or Reece James plays the right centre-back. But then I still don't think Ruben plays as a right wing-back. Or maybe he plays Ruben as a right wing-back and he plays Reece James as a right centre-back. That means Christensen won't play. I don't know. Or does Christensen play in the centre-back and Thiago Silva gets rid? I don't know. I don't know what Tuchel's going to do anymore. It's crazy. We're nearly at the end of the season again. And we're all still sitting here trying to work out what we're going to do next game. We don't have a solid 11. We don't know who the fuck's going to play. It's mad. Imagine being the opposition. You just don't know what Tuchel's going to do. You don't know what he's going to put out. You don't know how he's going to play it. Ruben was a shock today to play there, and he played very well there. Is he going to do it again? I don't know. We'll have to see. We're going to have to see what happens. And N'Golo Kante, better performance today. Him and Kovacic really dominated that midfield together. I think Kovacic was much better than him still, but he still upped his levels. I'm talking about the last 2 games, he was poo. Today, he's energetic. He's winning the ball back. Still a little hesitant with his passing, but, you know, he still looked sharper than he did in the last couple of games. And, you know, I keep saying it. For Chelsea to be successful against Real Madrid, not only do we need Kovacic to be playing really well, but we also need N'Golo Kante world-class performance. Digging everything out, making it hard, doing his thing. So, you know, I think this could be... Yeah, I thought we had a good game today. I'm not going to lie. 7.5, 7, 7, 6.5. Hale, Sportswire, 7, 7.5, 6.5, 7, 7. Kante and Kovacic are our best duo. Pressing-wise, yes. Moving the ball forward, yes. 6.5, Mike's here. 8, 6, 6.5. I'm going to say a 7 for Kante today. I'm going to give him a 7 because I don't think he was close to an 8. I don't think he was better than Loftus-Cheek or even Alonso, who I gave 7.5 as well. I gave Alonso a 7. So I gave Ruben a 7.5, Alonso a 7. So yeah, a 7 for Kante. 7 for Kante. Maybe you could say 7.5 for Alonso as well, to be fair, because he scored a goal. So I'm going to say a 7. Kante gets an 8 for Sportswire as well. Big up Sportswire. Guys, we are going to open up the lines very shortly. Get the panel on. Get their thoughts and opinions on the game. Hopefully it will be a nice and pleasant and relaxing relaxing show, but you never know on GNA TV, do you? You never know. But please make sure you're getting them likes up. Over 160 of you here. We've only got 57 likes. Let's close that gap to 100 likes. Please hit that like button now. Talk to you. You. Hit that like button. I'm watching that fun. You, please. Let's get this up to 75 likes. Subscribe to the channel as well, because we're on our road to 6K. 10K is the bigger answer, but 6K is the next big thing for us. So big up 6 times. It's nice to see you in a house, my man, as well. Let's move away from N'Golo Kante, and we're going to move on to my man of the match. And I know we see Werner get 2, Mount get 2, Havertz score 1, Alonso score 1, Ruben Loftus-Cheek had a good game. But I keep stressing it. This guy was the man of the match. He was a big reason as to why we played quicker. Why we moved the ball quicker. You know, he has to play games, Tuchel. Stop putting him on the bench. People say, but the Jorginho and Kante thing worked last season against Real Madrid. I agree. But right now, he's the most informed midfielder out of all 3 of them. I'm talking about Kante and Jorginho. So for me, you have to play players that are in form. I don't care if you think Jorginho and Kante works better. It didn't work better for me when I was at Stamford Bridge at home watching it. It was very poor. Mateo Kovacic was a 9 today. A 9. There you go. He was that good. And he didn't score today. But everything that he did with the ball, without the ball, the energy, the winning back, the not giving up, he was, honestly, he was something else. This is the Kovacic that I thought we bought. You know, this is the Kovacic. We're seeing a new and improved and a better Kovacic under Tuchel for sure. You know, he's been immense. I try to be funny all the time. 8.5, 9, 9.5, 9, 8, 8, 9. Cover was fire. Cover with those Croatian minerals. Kovacic been our player of the season. For me, I think Thiago Silva still is, but Kovacic is there, definitely. Yes, and that is what we need in this system. That is what we need in this system. Directiveness. This guy was the man of the match for me, by far. 9 cover was immense. I think he was. 9. Big up to football style in the house. 8, 9. Too many rice cover. Well, that will cost us quite a lot. I don't see new owners buying both of them, bro. Cover relegated Jennifer to the bench. He should do, personally. I think he has to play. You know, I would go into that Real Madrid game with Kante and Cover. Personally, I would. Cover is the glue for this team. Him, Havertz in lately, Silva, Kovacic, Havertz, James are candidates for player of the season, but Silva wins for me. Yeah, same. I agree. 9. Yeah, man of the match by far. This guy was a baller. And it's good to talk about a good performance, man. 6-0. Boom. Let's hope we can continue with that consistency. And now we're getting to the forward line and the word consistency, which is going to come into talk now. We will start with Mr. Kai Havertz. And again, I love the little, what do they call that little, it ain't a Rabona, is it? You know, where they do the little, I can't remember what it's called, where he done a little flick round and he won the ball off one defender and then he done it again. I can't remember what that's called. What is that called in the chat, guys? You know what I'm talking about. You've seen the clip. That was clever. His goal, again, finds himself in the right spot. Puts it in the back of the net. His movement off the ball, his work ethic. He works so hard for this shirt. He works so hard for this badge. It is unbelievable. Roulette. That's it, guys. Thank you. The Cruyff. Roulette. Cruyff, whatever you want to call it. I can't even remember what it's called. Hey, Cam, big up to you, my man. Nice to see you in house. Thank you very much. Big up to Cam, as you already know him on the football terrace as well. Big up to him as well. You know, look, Kai Havertz, for me, I keep saying it, is one of our most important players, if our most important player of recent, if you think about the goals that he's scored. Now, I think Kovacic has been immense today, but he hasn't been playing the last 2 games. So when you think about the last couple of games or more, I think Kai Havertz has been the most important player at Chelsea at the moment in what he's doing. And he continues to put himself on the score sheet. Can he get 20 goals in all competitions? He is now 7 goals away from reaching that destination. Can he do it? 8 games left. Champions League, FA Cup. If he continues with this form, why not? Of course he can. Of course he can. But he was good. Kai Havertz is Kai Havertz for me. And, at the end of the day, he was good, is what I'm saying. So some people saying 9.5, 9, 7s, 8s. I am going to go with an 8. Putting a defender in the spliff. Yeah, literally. Do you know what I mean? 8. 8.5. 8. Big up to Cam. Yeah, big up to Cam. Some people were wrong about him being a flop. Yeah, are you coming out now? Cam. I remember this. You had to bring this back to me. Cam, when I first ever met him and Kai Havertz had signed for Chelsea, said that Kai Havertz would be the biggest flop of the season. What we saying now, my man? What we saying now, Cam? What we saying now? I want to know your thoughts on Kai Havertz. How do you think he's performed? Do you think he's progressed? Do you think he's becoming the player that we need him to be? Do you see the talent in him? 8. Shy Havertz. Stop it. Havertz and an 8 for me. The Silky Germinator again. Yeah, for me, he's just. Do you know what it is with Kai Havertz right now? He's consistently putting performances in, and that's the biggest thing right now. Consistency. This is what I keep saying to you guys. We don't have we can play great like we did today, but are we going to be consistent with our performances? Now, I'm not saying go and win 6-0 every game, but I'm talking about the level of performance. The level of performance. Are we going to be consistent with our levels of performances going forward? I'm not too sure yet. And as excited as I am with this game, I'm still very stuck in my chair when it comes to certain forwards, should we say. But in terms of Kai Havertz and his progressiveness this season, he's one of the lights, I would say, the shining lights of what's been good for Chelsea. And all right, we know that he's not had the greatest beginning of seasons, and we need to see him push through a full season of good form. But he's doing well. He's done well, and I think for what we've bought him for, I think he's been worth it. Every penny of it for me. He's definitely one player that we cannot say. He was until the UCL goal that season. Now progressed and looking exactly like what you need up there. Still not sure what his position is, but he produces. And that's what it is, Cam. He produces. He works hard. He's technically very gifted. He's now scoring more goals. He scored in his last 5 or 6 games now. He's really stepping up. He really, really is stepping up. And that, for someone at 23 years old, who we know is still got time to grow, who can still be inconsistent, because they will be at that age in their forms and have dips. He's slowly growing and maturing into the player that we need him to become. And he's adapting to this league, which is another big thing. So, yeah, he's been on fire for me. 8 is a definitely good one for him. 23, 22, yeah. I always thought he was 23. Wasn't his birthday? 22, there you go. So, anyway, let's move. Kai Havertz, 8. This is going to be a fun one. 2 of the last players before we open up the lines. And we are going to delve into Mason, the Money, Minerals, Mount. Mason Mount, digging up them grounds and cementing the haters again with 2 great goals. And some people may say, yeah, but Jem, look at who it's up against. It doesn't matter. His first goal was a very good goal. The only thing I would say to Mason Mount is, Mason Mount, do not grow that hair again. Ever since you shaved that hair off, the first game back, he's got 2 goals. And he's moving the ball quicker, and he looks more sharper, and he looks more lighter. Maybe that hair was getting in his eyes. Maybe that hair was weighing him down. He looks slower, but now he looked good. He looked good. And I'm talking about Mason Mount end of last year. Good. And when he's playing like that, he gives us even more chance of being successful. Mason Mount had a very good game today. There's not one person that can sit here and disrespect him for me. He was very good. I would give him an 8.5 for his performance today. I thought he was good. I think he was better than Kovacic still. But, again, great performance from the man himself. Big up to Real Chris as well. Nice to see him in the house. Maybe, Sportswire. He's not got used to the physicality of the league and starting to bully defenders. Oh, we're talking about Havertz. Yeah, I agree. Timo, we get into next. Timo is the next one, and then we do opening up the lines 9, 9.5, 8.9, 7.5, 8, 9, 9's a lot of nines. 8, 9, 9, 8.5, 8.8, 7.5, 9, 9. I'm gonna give him an 8.5 for me. I'm gonna give him an 8.5. Good performance. More of that, please, Mason Mount. Going into Real Madrid, and again, linked the ball very well. Him and Kai Havertz have a very good chemistry with each other. Played very well with Timo Werner up front. Worked hard for the team, and wasn't just running around like a headless chicken, which was just chasing the ball around with no effectiveness. He was chasing the ball around at the right times and winning the ball back and playing the balls quicker. No more dilly-dally, just quick passes, quick 1-2 passes. No, he's had 150 appearances, I think it is. 8, 7.5, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5 for Mason Mount. And now we move on to another one that you think is dead in the waters. You think he's not got it anymore. And then he just goes and... Oh my God, what is this? Before I even get back to Timo Werner, what is this? What is this? Krusty in a Barcelona shirt, number 4. Krusty as well. I'm going to buy that for Lewis. I've got to. Yeah, I've got to do this. Lewis. Oh, nah, I've got to get this. This looks perfect. Krusty is such a beautiful name on the back of it as well. Not Christensen, Krusty. Krusty Christensen. Yes. I love it. Absolutely love it. Anyway, back to Timo Werner. He's been shit the last couple of games. But today we played him as a number 9. Something that surprised me. I thought when I saw him on the pitch, I thought Havertz would have been the focal point. It wasn't. It was a 3-4-2-1. He was the spearhead. He was the guy that pressed. He was the guy that ran into the pockets of spaces. He was the guy that created space. And when I think about Timo Werner and what he does do good when he isn't just, when he can't score, is this. And we saw it again today. And this is why I keep saying effectiveness in this system. He can do it. I don't know what happened to him the last couple of games. I keep saying to people, with Timo Werner, he is a player, again, that you have to kind of play to his strengths. And yes, Southampton played a higher line, and there was space for him to run behind. But his overall game was very good today. He hit the post 3 times. He could have had 4 or 5 goals. Don't get me wrong, he should have scored the one that Havertz did. But I get the cleverness from him. I know exactly what he was doing. He was basically sharing was caring. He scored, Mount scored, and he thought, do you know what? It was a bit like Paul. He hit the post at a certain angle so that the ball would go straight to Havertz for him to then finish. Some people thought he missed it on purpose. He did that on purpose. I know what Timo Werner's doing. Come on, guys. We know what he's doing. He's a team man, Listen, he had a good performance. He hit the right, he hit the left. He did have a good performance. There's nothing we can say about Mr. Timo Werner. Will he start against Real Madrid is the big question now. Will we play with the same 4-3-2-1? Will we see Timo Werner lead the line? He looked more comfortable today. He did. He definitely looked more comfortable. And, as much as we doubt him, as much as we hate to see him on the pitch, today he was good. For me, he gets 8.5. Timo Werner with an 8.5 performance. He looked like Bundesliga Werner. When you look at his goal, when you look at the speed, now I thought his speed was gone. One thing I've noticed when I went to the bridges, he just looked slow. But today, he had that edge. He had this edge about him where he just had a bit more hunger in his belly. And if you could just play like that a bit more, have a bit of hunger, even if you're missing, and then just, he's goddamn unlucky. He could have had more. That save where the goalie put his arm up and he just hit him in the arm. when that should have gone in. Like, only that would happen to Timo Werner. There was moments where you're just like, that is just Timo Werner for you, innit? Do you know what I mean? That is literally Timo Werner. But I'll give him an 8.5. I thought he had a good game. Yeah, he did. But at the same time, he got the job done. He got the job done. Werner is back. I don't know yet. I don't know if he's back. Fator, man. Fator, man, the match for Chris. Here comes the Werner lovers. You've got real Chris in the house, and now you've got Fator. He says 10. Respect super chat. I got you, Moonlight. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. Big up to Fator in the house. He's gone with a 10 for Timo Werner, guys. 10 for Timo Werner's performance on that one as well. Let's put the link in the chat. There we go. I've done my talking. You've heard what I've got to say. I've broke down the system to you guys and why it works so well. I've given you the ratings. I have now given you the link. Come in, have your say. Let me know what you feel about this performance. I want to hear it. Let the panel come in as well. Where's what's going on here? Why is it so slow? Come on, come on, come on, come on. 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to do something here. I will bring you in 2 seconds. Where is my... Oh, there it is. My gosh. I hope I pinned the right message. There we go. So we got... Oh, my God. We got... Oh, my God. Actually, I've got to bring him in first, actually. Man like Cam.
What's up, man?
What is going on, my man? How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm good. I'm good. I wanted to come in, show some support. You're killing it. You're killing it. You're killing it.
Thanks, man. Thank
but
you.
I also I gotta throw some salt too. Forget about that UCL game. Forget about that game, dog. It's over. It's over, and that's fine. That's okay. That's okay, you guys.
Why do you feel that it's over, though? Is it just because you don't feel that Chelsea can score 2 goals, or do you think they will concede goals? What's your feel?
I think you'll concede. I don't think you're going to go to the. I don't think you're going to go to the Bernabeu and not concede. And Benzema right now is just different. I like. There's a point where a player kind of is saying, "I'm not going to let my team lose," and he's not. That's just like the honest truth. Like I bet on Chelsea to win that game. By the way, I put my money. It seems like everyone bet on you on this money.
What happens when you put bets on me?
So I actually bet on Chelsea to keep it under. It was like I think it was like under 2.5. Either way, the point is I just don't think you're going to go to the Bernabeu and score enough goals first off, or not concede. But I will say with Chelsea, I think you need. And this is just my opinion of what I've been kind of watching in and out. Like I started watching the game. I went back to sleep because United put me back to sleep. And I caught the second half of your game. Knowing that your owner's going, I think you really have to lean on this new, like you're going to have to just keep Tuchel around. Keep him around. Build through him. See what you can do. That's what I think it is. Because I don't trust your next owner to recycle bad buys anymore. Right? Like Lukaku was a huge bad buy. You got to think about Werner as much as he was good today, not a great buy. Kai was. So in that summer, you hit on one of the two, but I don't think you're going to keep getting that. So it's going to have to be like
Mendy was just a surprise, really, as well. Mendy was a good buy.
Nobody saw that coming. Like,
except
Petr Cech. Except Cech. He's the one he scouted him, right? So I think it'll be interesting. You're going to be good for a while because you got good players. But I think Tuchel's your key.
Actually, quick question. Do you feel that the new owners that are going to come into Chelsea, I know it's easy for a lot of rivals to be very salty and just say like they're going to be the new Arsenal, they're going to be the new Spurs, they're not going to be kept at the elite level that they have been for the last 20 years. Do you feel that if it is a Bowley, or even if it's the worst case scenario, the Ricketts, for example, do you feel that Chelsea will still be the Chelsea that we know, or do you feel there will be a layoff?
It's a good question. I think it depends. Based on the Ricketts history, you'll be in trouble just based on how they run clubs. If it's Bowley, you're great. You're fine. And this is coming from somebody who knows Bowley as an owner of the Dodgers and other. And I said this to you in our chat when we talked again. When I let you know, he's the type of dude who he just wants to win, and he'll kind of do it at any cost. And he'll put his middle finger up at people to do it. He'll be like, "I'll let spend you," and he'll happily do it. He's not like he doesn't shy away from the money. The money's not the thing. He wants to win. So he would be a good shout. And I don't I think you would kind of stay the same as long as he has the right football people in place, right? Because I don't know what his knowledge is. Everybody who's going for you guys is saying, "Oh, I'm a Chelsea fan and I love the sport," and they talk big about it, but we don't know, right? They're going to say that. So if he has the right football people around who are advising him where to spend his money, I don't think you'll fall off that much because you have so many good young players. Like Reece James is incredible. I'm curious what's going to happen to your defense. I am curious. I'm curious about that because a bunch of guys are going, but you have so many good players in the right positions right now. As long as he buys well and replaces like a Conte properly, Kova's good. Like J5 he's all right. Like
you mean like a spine, like the one defender, one striker, one essentially backup keeper as well. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. Keep your spine. You got a good spine, and you shouldn't fall off that much as long as Tuchel's there. I mean that.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was about to say. Tuchel is for me the key. When you think about all of this, I think he's dealt with it all so well. When you think of the pressure, also, I know it's his personal life, but losing his wife as well and everything going on there with the kids they have and that, like he's got a lot on his plate. Do you know what I mean? Being at the front light of everything that's going on at this football club at the moment, the questions that the media are asking him about certain things that he probably doesn't know about with owners and things like that. There's a lot going on, but for me, he is the key. And I do think that if you can give him the support and buy him the right profile of players, because I do still think we need a DM. I don't think Jorginho is up for it. I do think that we will need to look at the defence. I do think that we need to look at the forward line. I just feel that whoever comes in as an owner needs to make sure that they back the manager, and that's the key thing for me, because someone like Tuchel, I think if he's doing this with the players that he's currently got that ain't really his own players, then can you imagine what he's going to be like once he does get a couple players that he wants in a system that he wants to play? That's the big next question with Tuchel. Like, it's still very early doors with Tuchel as well. Like, people want to judge him against Klopp and Pep. It's just well too early for that. Like, I don't get why people do that. He's not been here long enough and he's not been given the time to create his own projects yet. Do you know what I mean? So,
and that's the thing though, is as long as he gets that time though, because your history says managers don't.
That should change without Roman now, shouldn't it?
That's exactly it. Roman's gone. So it's like now if he gets the time, it will be interesting to see this though, because like you've had Klopp, you've had Pep like build up and become these guys who they are through time and time. Now it's going to be interesting to see if Tuchel kind of lays down a legacy with the squad, because Dortmund was short, PSG was short. He seems to be very happy at Chelsea. So it'd be really cool to see if he decides to like take that next level and become that next manager that we talk about. In that, I mean, he's already won a shit ton. It's kind of hard to diss him. So
he's won 3 trophies at the moment, isn't he? He's won the Champions League. All right, some people might not count the Club World Cup, but he still won that. Do you know what I mean? And he's won the Super League as well against Villarreal, which, all right, we won in penalties, but that's 3 trophies. Do you know what I mean for him already? He's still got a long way to go. And you're right, it's just down to whether we can keep him and allow him the time to do what he needs to do. And I think Bowley will. I think by the sounds of it, they're kind of factuated over the Tuchel at the moment, the manager that we have at this club. And I don't blame him, because I don't think there's many better managers out there in world football. You get rid of Tuchel, who are you bringing in? Frank Lampard return? Like, what? do you know what I mean? Like,
Pochettino.
Yeah, but he's fraud as well, isn't he? Like, he's not even good.
That's it, though. That's all that's out there right now. So you can't lose him.
No, we can't. And today's game was a very good game. I thought we played a very good game. I know Callie's here as well. Callie will want to have his say on the game. Callie, did you watch it?
Yeah, you know me. I'm just vibing. Listened to Cam. Never met you before, but I heard you lost to Frank and Everton today. Condolences.
Rub it in. I haven't mentioned that actually. How did you lose to Everton? They can't even win a game.
My friend is a serious United fan, and I had to ask him.
Pickford, like straight up, Pickford made like 3 ridiculous saves today. We're not good. I don't like.
No. Was it like all banter aside? Was it like a scrape 1-0 or like you guys actually got done?
It was in my opinion, because the goal they scored was a deflected goal. It was a
Maguire's fault.
No, it wasn't. It was just this is the thing. Like I don't do agendas, right? He was standing there. The ball hit off of him, and that was it. Like it was they had nothing in that game up until that point, and then they just kept their shape. They made it hard for us. When teams do that, we suck. We can't.
Away or home?
We were away, but we just suck. Like I can.
Okay, no,
completely say that.
that's
Like,
okay.
United's
I thought
not
that
good.
happened at Old Trafford. That's why I was gonna.
No. We're bad at
that'd
both
be
away
great.
and home. So let's make it clear. Like we lost today because we had 2 really good chances. Rashford had 2 great chances. Pickford was great. And then we just crumbled.
All right, now we got the pink elephant out the way. There's 2 things to address. You know, Jem, we've had a very turbulent week. I was laying back from the streams, not ducking the losses, but it's just like I needed to see a 3-game stretch because that first game against Brentford, respectfully, that was coming. The way our midfield was just leaving gaps of space, and like to be honest, the amount of times it was either Mendy or Rudiger or Silva pulling off clutch 1v1s, it was a matter of time before we got opened like that. So then we go to Madrid. We get 3-1 by honestly, I think it's a weird one. I want to just say Benzema really had a masterclass. Like I think people really underrate how good those 2 headers were.
Yeah.
Like to hit those in transition on the break on top of that while being off balance against Mendy. And then the third one, obviously Mendy had a stinker. But now we come here to the 6-0 with Southampton. And all I have to say in all of this, before I talk about owners, anything, whatever TT needs. I don't know how many streams I have to say this. I was the first person to doubt Thomas Tuchel. When Frank got sacked, I was in my feelings. You know how it goes, although he needed to be sacked. And I was like, Tuchel's just like an average man. I was like, Conte's better, this and that. I honestly believe in my hardest of hearts to ever exist at Chelsea. Possibly the first, but I can't ever put him over Mourinho personally. But if you back him, the way Klopp has been back. This is his first year. I think people really underestimate because Chelsea wins a shit ton of trophies. This man won 3 trophies, including the pinnacle Holy Grail in his first year. And he won the Holy Grail before he even completed his first season, before he had a summer transfer, before anything. So whatever TT needs to be backed. On to the game. Obviously, it was coming. We needed a response from the terrible week we've been having. And now we just have to look forward to Madrid. I'm not going to gas it. I'm not going to belittle it. I just need to see the response in Madrid. If we go out to Madrid in a goal difference of 1, this game means something to me other than locking up the 3rd spot. Because I told you Arsenal was going to bottle it. What did they do? They bottled it. How you guys aren't getting 4th. I swear I don't know how you're not getting 4th. But that's a topic for another day.
Because we suck. I don't know what else to say. We suck. We're a team of players that don't have any chemistry, no coaching. Like we're not good. So anybody who that's it. We're not.
Cam, Ten Hag coming to Man United, is that actually going to change anything for you?
Not right away. But yes, it will.
It should.
Not right away. And that's the end. That's what people need to understand. It's like he's gonna come in. He's gonna evaluate certain players. This whole agenda thing where people are like this player's gone, that player's gone. He's gonna keep players that people aren't gonna be happy about. He's gonna if we need coaching, if that's what people say, because everybody says we need coaching, then we'll see how he does.
I think you got too much deadwood. Personally,
so we do, and they gotta go, dude. Yeah. So it's like when people talk about Ten Hag coming in, it's not gonna be overnight. I still think it'll be 2 to 3 years. I think next year we'll at least see us playing better football, and our team's good enough that in a year like this where other teams aren't great, we probably finish top 4 with proper management, if we're going to be honest, because like other teams haven't been great. Like you guys even fell off near the end of it. Like you've had your
if you had Conte, you would be 4th, possibly knocking us out of
100%. If we had Conte, no doubt. Yeah. But the problem is Conte's gone in 2 years. That's not what I'm looking for as a United fan. I need somebody to come in and just rip the whole thing up. So hopefully Ten Hag will change it. This is the thing. So people talk about structures and like, oh, Chelsea don't play attacking football. No, they do. They play a structured type of football. They have a system. So this whole, because you have a system that doesn't allow a lot of goals doesn't mean you're a defensive team. Eric Ten Hag has a system that is going to take time to be put in place. And that's what I want to see kind of in this. I want to see players understanding what they need to do at all times on the pitch instead of what I see on a day in, day out basis.
The Man U identity.
Bro, we let the ball, we gave the ball up 84 times in the first 45 minutes.
Wow.
Against Everton, mind you. Everton.
Anyway, y'all talk about Chelsea. I don't want to talk about United.
Yeah, let's talk Chelsea. Have you got anything else more, Callie, you want to say before we move on to someone else?
All I would really have to say right now
is that, up to Chelsea. It's always up to Chelsea. Win, lose, draw. We could easily get smacked at the Bernabeu. We could easily drop 4-0. I'm being serious. I just don't know what team is going to show up. But for Fatura, I didn't see that smiling guy over there. Turbo team.
He's smiling because his client Timo Werner has scored 2 goals and he's happy. 2 goals. We're going to come to Fatura in a bit, but let's go to Hassan quickly and then see Bobby. What are you saying, Hassan?
Yeah, Jam. It's good to see you come on, looking a bit young. Maybe, I don't know, man. Maybe you gave up on watching United. I was going to say that as a laugh, but you probably still watch him. But it's good to see you. Today's game, I didn't really expect this massive scoreline, really. I was kind of surprised too. But anyway, in the first half, when Timo was missing a few chances, I thought, damn, it's just going to be one of them frustrating type of games because I saw Loftus-Cheek arriving back, but I was a bit pessimistic, but I was also optimistic at the same time, but I was more or less optimistic. But then when Werner got the goal, I ain't going to lie to you, Werner always scores against Southampton.
Yeah.
Fatur's there like smiling, but let's be honest, Southampton are basically like an English Bundesliga team, man. Like they play like a Bundesliga team. So for Werner to rip him up, I mean, it is kind of expected. But I was just shocked I wasn't 9-0 today. I was shocked he wasn't, but I can't really complain. But Mendy, I think he was only called up once. So when that guy had like a tap in and then he just dived in and made it look easy, I think he's got his bit of his confidence back. But it is what it is. I think Mason Mount does his usual stop pod. What could he say, man? But anyway, I think Fatur's probably going to be ready to say a lot of things. But yeah, I mean, I'm just glad that Werner scored. A lot of our players took their chances. Kai Havertz, I don't know how many games in a row he scored now. What is this, like 6, 7, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's 5 or 6. It might be more.
He's on like a crazy scoring spree, man, and it's just going to be crazy. Let's be honest, I'm more or less worried about the Madrid game because we've got no right wing back, have we? Or is Reece James fully match fit now? I don't know if he's fully match fit, but we're just going to have to rely on him for the right wing back because Aspi's got COVID, I think. Someone said it, but it is what it is. Yeah, nothing much to say, really. It's a solid performance. Southampton barely did anything besides that Mendy save. And it was easy 3 points. And I'm just laughing at Arsenal, really, because their fans were so gassed about catching us. They were gassed.
Oh my!
It's not even just a gal. It's a gal. We know what it means.
The whole fan base, but gal specifically for the audacity. The like, you've done nothing yet in the league. We don't celebrate third. Let's get this very clear.
Did he not come out on the terrace and say we've got a top 4?
Hold on. So here's the deal. Here's the thing. You gotta let him celebrate now because when you've been 8th for like multiple years and you finally are there, this is what you have to celebrate. And like I'm like. You, Callie, like in North Americans, like Arch, we celebrate every win, like, and I respect that from him. Now the coming outside Tottenham fans thing, that's backfired, and he knows it. But he's owned it with chest. But he did come out and say he thought top 4 is locked up, which he should never have done. He
said he was coming for the 3rd spot.
So did
Everybody said that.
He cursed them. As soon as a gal says something, I just know it's gonna backfire.
Graham calls it a gal tax.
Yeah, he's just gonna backfire him, and I'm just sitting there like reveling in it, like I can't wait. And then he's sitting there slagging Chelsea off when they're losing games, and he's slagging Man United off when they're losing games, and running around because they're all in this great form, and then they can't beat Palace and Southampton and Brighton. So it is what it is.
Whoa, Jem! I just realized a very, very startling fact. Watch this. How many years have we been to the FA Cup final?
How many years in a row?
We've been two in a row.
2 in a row. Yeah.
Now we might be going for 3. And if we get to the final, guess who we got to play to win
the Man City. Yeah.
Again, in another fucking. Where are the rest of your clubs? Help us.
Yo,
we cannot keep fighting City and Liverpool everywhere. We cannot do it, man. Like,
guess what, Kali? They're both going for the treble. That's the worst part.
Listen, for a second year in a row, it's going to be up to Chelsea to end a possible Liverpool quad or a possible City treble.
True. Fucking down
Scandal
the
rest of the league. Ooh.
But like you said, where are the rest of our clubs? Like, yo, I remember I was in Hawaii and I woke up at like 6 a.m. to watch Phil Jones hand the ball over to Hazard on a break. Like that's my
I remember
last
that as
FA
well,
Cup
yeah.
final memory. Like since
Yeah.
like that, so
I
we
remember
tried, we tried and failed. So now you guys got to stop City and Liverpool. I used to hate on Chelsea. I'm past that now. I just need you to just handle
Because
business.
you
You
know
just
we're
need-
your only freaking hope. If it's not for us, then City and
We've
Liverpool
got to come
start breaking
together
all
right
your
now, man.
records.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Bobby. Bobby, what you saying, my man?
Hey guys, hi, Jem. Wow,
Yes.
I mean, where do I start? You know, I think as far as Chelsea's concerned, the only thing the club can actually be held accountable for is the planning at the beginning of the season of the squad. There's an imbalance in the depth of the squad and a deficiency there. But outside of that, what has happened to Chelsea Football Club has been and is unprecedented. And I'm amazed at the amount of gaslighting that goes on in and around this club and sort of normal talk as if we have been in the same competition as everybody else. We haven't. Because of Chelsea's success, Chelsea have had to play an extraordinary number of games, which is normal. But added to that, Chelsea play against the media, Chelsea play against the officials, the FA, and now an extraordinary situation. We find ourselves being pitched up, or rather being scuppered by our own government. And by some miracle, this club keeps going. The past week hasn't been purely about any kind of loss or form or anything like that. It has been the usual international break situation, the somewhat jaded nature of the players as a result of that. And still, these poor guys are playing with this cloud over them, over this situation about their owner. I mean, it's unheard of, but still we keep going. Now, today's game, you know, I'm watching it now. I'm thinking, okay, we've done what we needed to do. We've actually done more than any of us really expected we would do. We didn't play that great, to be honest. And I think, you know, the one thing that we should be weary of going to the Bernabeu on Tuesday is this thing that Chelsea do of constantly missing chances. We can't do that. But the message to these players is going to be very simple. And in a way, losing in that way, because I feel Real Madrid were fortunate with that victory. Yes, they are a good side. Yes, Karim Benzema is such an underrated striker, is an exceptional striker. But that's what they have. Sadly, I think we're going to miss Aspie on Tuesday. But the team talk is very easy. Very easy. You're the champions of Europe. That's your trophy. They want to take it away from you. What are you going to do about it? You've got nothing to lose. I think if we go out and play like we can and get after Real Madrid, we're going to turn that lot over on Tuesday. I don't speak confidently often when Chelsea is concerned, but there's nothing to lose. Those boys just have nothing but their pride. They have to show us why they were champions of Europe last season. And they're going to do that.
I think you're right, Bobby. And I think, look, the one thing I was at the bridge when we lost 3-1, and when I watched that game, don't get me wrong, it was a Benzema masterclass, but at the same time, the goals that the way the goals happened, forgetting
It
the
was
Mendy
doctor
goal
mistakes.
when he mucked up, yeah, it was very defensively. We were very poor, you know,
It was
and I
like
just
the
feel like
second
if we
half at Brentford.
yeah, if we had a defensive display like we did today, I know Southampton didn't offer a lot, but you know, effectively midfield to the midfield and the defense were winning the balls quickly, and we was doing what we kind of was doing at the end of last season, where it was effectively working. You know, if we can just do that against them and stop their best players linking up and breaking and win the balls quickly, we will see a lot more success. Now, I'm not saying we'll go to the Bernabeu and smash them 4-3-0. I'm not saying that, but I would rather us go to the Bernabeu, play like we did today, give it our all, maybe get a goal and try and push for a last one. And I don't know, say they it ends up finishing 1-1, but at least we played to our hearts to try and get back in the game. I will be proud of my team if they go and do that. I don't want to see any performances like we did against Brentford, but we can do it because having 20 shots like we did today and 14 on target, which we haven't done since 2014, is a pretty impressive stat. But we still can't go running mad. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm still not sold by it. Like, yeah, it was great. Don't get me wrong, but we need to see the consistency, and that's the issue with this forward line. We don't tend to see consistency from the team overall. So maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, they're going to find a bit of a riff from this, a bit of form from this, and go into that Real Madrid game with no fear.
We definitely have to play a lot better at the Bernabeu. That is for sure. But what I'm saying here is that just like you, I mean, they have nothing to lose. All these boys have to do is get out there and show why they won that trophy last season. That is a very dangerous team. And I feel Real Madrid's temperament is suspect. I mean, the way they celebrated after that 3-1 win at the Bridge, you could tell they were scared absolutely out of their skins. And they were so relieved that it turned out that way. That team is a team that if you score early and then score again, they're going to fall apart. They're not used to having to deal with this sort of situation. And if we go out there, just listen, we're just here. If we're going to lose, you're not going to find it easy. You'll be surprised what's going to happen on Tuesday night.
I just think if we move the ball like we did today quicker, we play Kovacic, we're effective, we don't give them time on the ball and we just play to our strengths, I don't think they're going to be ready for that. I genuinely don't think they're going to be able to cope with that. But whether we score 2 goals and get back in the game is another story. But, playing like that in the game...
Well, if we keep missing like we do, then, forget it. We got to sort that out. All these missed chances, that's the problem. Do you know, even as bad as we played at the Bridge, look at the chances we missed.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It would have been a different story.
That was the thing I was going to say right now. And that's why you cannot, I like Bobby's confidence, because what he's saying is the best of us shows up. Absolutely. The best of us shows up. We reverse the whole time without, no fear in my heart. The problem with Chelsea is 2 things: inconsistency individually, and people missing bare Lukaku in front of goal fucking chances. That listen. Whatever Bobby feels, that is, you're not shit. That opinion will be shit if players cannot finish bare chances. If Lukaku would have tucked that goal away, I have confidence we're winning in the Bernabeu right now. We wouldn't even be talking about being inconsistent or not sure, because at the end of the day, we all watched that game, saw it. We were in that game at 2-1. First half, they were lucky we didn't put a second one on them. We go in, we come out for the second half, Mendy fucking finishes the tie right there. Yeah. And respect to Mendy, because Mendy has bailed us out of many occasions, but he made a stinker there. But it's I agree with Bobby. The best of us comes out, we turn these lot over 4-1.
That's the biggest. That's the biggest question mark of it all. Will we get the consistency, and will
what Chelsea will we see? That's it.
We need. I don't know, and that's up in the air. From what I've seen the last 2 games, I would tell you, hell no, we're not going through. Seeing today's performance, can we do it? Can we see that? Potentially. But at the same time, let's not get it twisted. Southampton were very poor. They were very poor.
They're a Bundesliga team, man.
By that logic, is it hard to say if we put this performance in at the Bernabeu, we come away with 3 goals?
Yeah, but I don't want to saying I don't want Madrid play like Southampton did. Does that make sense?
No. Real Madrid. Listen, I guarantee.
We're not going through, not by goal difference. We'll win, but we will all go through.
Well, let's hear from Winter Surfer. Winter Surfer, what was your thoughts on the game today? And obviously,
thoughts on the game is, if I'm Timo Werner, I want to play Southampton every single week, because that's the only team where he seems to turn up and play absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, he did.
He was giving him his prop. Even Alonso was good. It was good.
It's true.
Mount, please don't grow your hair again. Listen, it was a great win, a needed win, and brilliant that Arsenal lost as well, because we can keep them in the back. It's all good, but let's not get it twisted. There is no comparable thing between Real Madrid game and this game whatsoever. If we do not pack the midfield against Real Madrid, we don't have a snowball selling chance. If we play 2 in midfield against Madrid, no matter who the 2 are,
Even with Kante and Kovacic,
we're
even
getting
with Kante and Kovacic, we can't. Jim,
We're
we
getting
proved it
murdered.
last season. We play 3 in midfield and we pack them. We pushed them so
Hear what
far
you're
back.
saying.
We pushed so far back. Modric and Cruz were playing sweeper in the 2
Absolutely.
legs last year.
So if that's the
Wednesday-
case,
Wednesday they had too much space because we only had 2 in midfield.
Think
If
about
that's
it.
the case,
Modric
and we
is getting
play,
his space.
if that's the case, and we play Jorginho, say
Play all 3 of
Kovacic
them.
and
Play
Kante,
Kovacic,
yeah.
Kante,
If we play all
and
3 of them,
Jorginho.
who would be your 2 up front then? In that game?
Or you play Mountain, whatever. You drop Mount deeper, whatever. But you have to play 3. You have to play 3 and leave whoever. Leave Werner or
Timo
Havertz
Werner should be given a chance to just
or
run in his
Pulisic.
space. Yeah.
I don't. Havertz and someone else. It's either Havertz or Pulisic or Havertz and Werner. Can't be anyone else. You leave the 2 up there and you let them counter attack, but you pack that midfield. You pack it and you play Alonso at left wing back. I'm sorry, you just have to play it for the natural left footer.
Winter Surfer, I don't think we're countering. I honestly think we will have the lion's share of possession on Tuesday. I think it will be Madrid that counter us, knowing we have to open up. To be honest with you, that's what I see the
I don't
tactics
think they
going
can
down.
sit though, Callie. For them to do that, they would have to really sit back and pack and just let us come at them. I don't know if they're going to do that.
Let me
No,
just
no,
address-
I
let
don't
me just
listen,
address-
Jem. I
let
don't
me
think
just
they'll
address
have a
Carefree
choice.
FC. Let me address Carefree FC in the chat. We did it last season against Real Madrid, so we played 3 in midfield. So hold that. Yeah?
No,
That's all
I
I'm saying.
completely
Played
agree
3
with you.
this
attacking
season,
the
it hasn't
midfield.
worked well. I would say we've played all 3 of them, and it didn't. It was game. I can't remember what game it was.
That's
but
why
it
you.
didn't
That's why
work.
you. That's why you drop Mountain. You drop Mountain.
Yeah.
You drop
Yeah.
Mountain, and with the other 2 because he can press a bit more forward. But listen, two, they will run us over like they did in the first half.
It's
Okay.
Hmm.
But fantastic win though.
Yeah.
I was working today. I'll gladly work every Saturday for the rest of my life if Chelsea win 6-0.
Are you the curse?
I don't know, maybe. You stop going to games as well, Jim.
Yeah. No, I'm going to stop. Don't worry, I'll stop for a bit. Okay. I think it's best I don't-
Andrew's gonna be that meme. I've won, but at what cost?
I'm going to stop going games because every time I go to a game, we lose at the moment. And Fator, I know you've been waiting quietly.
Oh,
You've
let
got
me-
your respect my client stuff. Come on
Turbo
in.
Timo, baby.
I'm not gonna say a
Timo
lot.
Werner, whoa.
I'm not gonna say a
Don't give him
lot.
an orgasm, man.
I'm not gonna say a lot, but respect my client.
Oh my god, this guy. Oh my god, I've done so many streams with this guy, NBA, whatever. It's always respect my client. He's not said anything for the past.
No,
few
but
months.
did he say that he's pulling ties with his client? I swear I see that.
Yeah,
What's this
he
about?
dropped him.
What is this
Yeah, he
about?
dropped him.
You
dropped
dropped him,
him.
and now all of a sudden you want him back.
What are you,
the stock.
what are you talking about? I never dropped the stock.
You
did.
lied. You lied.
You did. You did.
For Terry, you definitely did, but we don't pretend,
I
though.
never dropped the stock. What are you talking about?
Hey, your short-term memory loss, man.
Father, those shades. I mean, what was your thoughts on the game, Fator? You was there. Tell us. What was the atmosphere like?
Yeah.
Must have been a great game.
It was nice, isn't it? I was sitting next to Minerals. He was screaming at me about me, Simon. He's the Minerals, isn't it? And yeah, man, it was good. It was good that one of those person sitting there in his hospitality, we just had to wank it off, innit? But yeah, great atmosphere away days as always for the Chelsea fans.
Hey, well, could I ask you something, right? Were you and Johnny watching the Mount and Werner highlights together? Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, you two must have loved it together. Mount and Werner both performing, scoring 2 goals
sorry,
today.
Saka.
This is the happiest day of your life. Living
Hey,
out.
you enjoy yourself. That's all I care about. I bet. Hey, when Werner went on that run, did you think he was going to score? He only hit the post.
I was literally like, oh fucking hell, Johnny.
Do you know what though?
No, I didn't blame him. I didn't blame him fully. I feel like it's just the earth is too flat at the moment, but yeah.
You know what? He's goal. He's goal. His actual goal where he ran through. His composure to go around the goalie and pull it away was why? Where was that? That was like Bundesliga Werner. Do you know what I mean? To just finish.
Yeah, I told you.
Southampton, bro. It's every time he plays
I told you,
Southampton.
Jem. Hassan
Every time he plays
Hutel
That was a
plays like
great
a Bundesliga man.
composure element. It wasn't just the finish. It was the idea of going around the goalie and left footing it to the bottom corner. Like it
It's
was.
like,
It's
why,
easy.
why don't they say to him every week, you're playing Southampton?
Yeah.
And just
You're
like
right.
just visualize Southampton. You're playing Southampton. Because they are the perfect team. Hassan's right. They set up a Bundesliga way.
Yeah.
And Werner exploits that. That's why he's great in the Bundesliga, and we see it.
Yeah.
Against Southampton, he's always played well against Southampton. Look at his first game when we drew 3-3. Those goals that he scored against them were world-class goals.
There you go. Actually, remember when
Sorry,
you
guys, I got bounced. My kids keep getting up. They're still up. I'll have to read
Oh,
them
yeah,
a
no,
bedtime
it's-
story or something.
I was gonna say, I was gonna quickly say, right. You remember when he dribbled past them 3 Southampton players to bug his first?
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? He hit the post today to set Havertz up. I know what he was doing. He done it on purpose, wasn't it, Fatal? He thought, I'll angle it at a certain way so that it hits the post and lands to Havertz, so that Sharon's caring. I scored, Mount scored. Let me get Havertz on the score line. It was beautiful, you know. It's good thinking, very clever thinking from Timo Werner, you know.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, pretty much like I nearly expected more than 2 goals though. Just get my bet with Daniel. Bet with Daniel.
But I know we
back,
scored.
with,
I know we scored 6, but I wanted us to do them 9.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I was saying all game, man. I wanted 9.
It's
The
like-
3P.
Third season in a row, he gets done 9 in
Yeah.
a season and still keeps his job.
Eric Blue, what you saying, my man?
Yo, Jim, how's everyone? How's the panel doing?
Better, more happier than we have been the last 2 games. Put it that
Oh
way.
yeah,
So yeah.
much better.
Yeah.
Fantastic result. It was very, very easy. I have to admit. It was like eating ice cream. Yeah, I'm just really happy. Obviously, I'm happy with the results, performance. Last season I think we drew away to Southampton, so it's nice to be able to go to Southampton and destroy them, even though they didn't play very well, but we made it look really, really easy. But I'm not really in favor of this idea that Werner should now start against Madrid because he was good against Southampton. Werner scored 5 goals against Southampton. I don't think he scored as many goals against any other team. So I'm not going to use this to say he should start against Madrid. I'm not doing that.
Okay. Okay. So you prefer Pulisic to play still in this one, or?
I mean, is he fit? Is he in?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Maybe if
Got
he's fully
rested.
fit.
He got rested.
Okay, got rested. Okay, but it depends on the version that we see. So if it's the version from the previous tie, the first leg, then maybe he should be on the bench. But hopefully it's a different version that can actually do something in the match. So I'm not very sure what version we'll see from Pulisic, but I'm sure to go.
No away goals. We just need to
No away goals. Yeah, true. So okay, this is the way I'm looking at it. So I'm hoping for like a 2-0 win in normal time, and then maybe we can get the third in extra
Bring
time.
Pepper on for penalties, man.
No. We're not doing that anymore.
No, we're not. So I'm hoping for like 3-0 in extra time, something like that. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult, man. Because if they score 1, it's over. We cannot let them score.
It's very important. We don't do an Arsenal here, okay? As fans.
Yeah.
Because I think Southampton is a perfect team for us, the way they set up. Yeah. They set up a Bundesliga style, and I think we exploited that. We always exploit that. Let's be a bit logical. Let's go, okay, fantastic win, yeah? Fantastic with 6-0 win, don't take it away. But we have never played at the Bernabeu, which is one of my football bucket lists. Is going to be ticked off on Tuesday. Yeah, I've never seen Chelsea. We've never seen that. It's going to be a different atmosphere, right? No matter who's in the stadium, it's a Champions League night at the Bernabeu. Different thing. We're essentially 2-0 down at half time. Let's be logical and respectful in a way. This is not Southampton. This is Real Madrid.
No. That is respectful. Hit a goal early. Whether it's at the Bernabeu,
what I'm talking about is getting gassed because we won 6-0 is fine, but then getting gassed that somehow it translates into us whipping Real Madrid.
Oh,
at
no,
the
no,
Bernabeu.
no, 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 no,
Nah,
no.
it's
You'll be lucky to
Eh,
scrape a
the-
win out of there, yeah.
The scenes
I think
if
people
Werner
forget that
and
we got.
Lukaku scored a winner.
I think people forget that we've got to win 3-0 to go through in this.
No,
Yeah,
that's
there's
Yeah,
no.
that's
that's
Yeah.
my
scoring
point. If
goal.
we come back from anything higher than a 3-0 win and we go through, we would all be shocked. We can't sit here and say like, "Oh, we know for
Oh,
sure
we'd
we're gonna
totally
roll
be
them
shocked.
5-1,
Timo Werner
4-1."
hat trick
That,
return.
that's why I said 2-0 in 90 minutes. So 2-0 in 90
If I'm
minutes, make it 3-3
Can you imagine if
overall.
Timo Werner scored a hat trick against Real Madrid at the
we
Bernabeu?
would,
Well,
I'm getting wasted.
If
Pouring
keep
shots.
Werner
on
scores,
firing.
if Werner scores a hat trick at the Bernabeu, I'm shaving off all of my hair.
Whoa! Okay, I
Oh
heard that.
snap!
I'll
Clip 'em.
shave my
Clip 'em.
eyebrows, pluck out my
Yeah,
eyelashes.
but how will we know? You're never on camera.
No, I'll shave.
No. Dude, this is where Jem comes in. He'll do a live stream exclusive like a Igal.
I've seen Eric Blue on camera. I know what he looks like.
You know what?
Eric.
I'll shave off my head and I'll come on camera. How about
All
that?
right.
Yeah.
Look, we have two options: pull off a godly miracle and 3-goal advantage to go through
Oh,
to the
Militao's
semis,
out of the game, apparently.
or
Oh yeah, because he
any
got
other
suspended.
option.
Listen, so guys, what we do is so we call our drunk per hour retirement, man. Yeah, put him on the boots for one last game, man.
No, man, it's the
Oh yeah, class.
opposite. We have to have faith in our attack. That our attack will at least we just have to put up 2 goals. That's the starter. Put up 2 goals. Deal with the fact that we're gonna have to deal with Real Madrid's press. We're gonna have to deal with the fact that they're gonna not sit there and take 2 goals willingly without providing a response. Hope Mendy's on form to stop those shots, and that our defense cuts out the critical 1v1s. That's all we can do. Because to be honest with you, if I'm being objective, like hard up the situation, I see 2-1 either way, either Madrid or Chelsea. That's what I see.
Well,
But if I'm hoping for a 3-1 in Chelsea's favor.
if this
I
is
just
2-1,
don't.
we go out.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
have
see-
3-1, we go to extra time.
I
That's
don't
why
see us.
I don't call extra time because
Yeah.
that could be anywhere. I'm talking
I don't-
about normal time. 3-1 or 2-0 gets us to
Okay,
extra
but
time.
does any of us
3-1 gets us to extra time.
does anybody here think that will keep a clean sheet? I don't see it. I just
No.
don't.
I don't see
If
us
they
doing
play
I
like
mean,
they
it
did today,
depends.
potentially,
It
we
depends
can
if
do it.
Mendy turns up or not. That'll be
There's a
Andrew's day.
difference between.
And
there's
I
a
think we
difference
forget that we can keep clean sheets. Like we are quite. That's one area that we're usually quite good in. We might not score loads of goals, but we can stop people from scoring.
We
It doesn't
can.
matter who it
There is
is.
a
But-
difference between Che Adams and Karim Benzema. Just-
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I get
but-
that.
yeah.
I get that. And when I think about the last game round with them, he scored away against us, and at home they didn't beat it. It was 2-0.
No, it was 2-0.
We have stopped
Yeah.
them scoring. So we have
That's,
stopped
we
them.
have.
that's the
True.
tactics.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
midfield tactics.
Yeah.
But to stop the flow, and you compact the middle, so he doesn't have an effect on the game. You compact the middle and stop him getting the ball. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
you just
what
got to stop the
happens.
supply to Benzema.
Exactly.
I think. That's
You got
the
to
thing.
stop
If you
them
can't-
right there.
Yeah.
We have to do a lot, to be honest, but hopefully we
You have to
can.
pull off a miracle.
Yeah.
Listen, it definitely is a miracle, especially at the Bernabeu. We just, like I said, step 1, put in early goal. Because if we go that first half without a goal, long day. That's all I'll
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
First, I think they've got to get 1 goal in the first half, and then come out in the second half and obviously go for it. If they can get 2 in the first half, great. It's bang on, game on. But if Real Madrid score first,
Oh, it's
we are-
over. It's over. Respectfully, I love my team.
It's over when Lukaku comes on.
Listen,
Dude, it's a Napoli. It's a
you
Napoli
guys have watched
2012.
Champions League. Have you seen what the Bernabeu does when a Real Madrid player scores in a Champions League game? Oh, it's over. The atmosphere will kill our players themselves.
It's Napoli 2012 all over again. They went down from the first leg.
I think they should just go there with, look, they haven't got the pressure right now. Yeah, there is no real pressure. I know, like, at the end of the day, everyone expects us to go out. Sometimes this is the best Chelsea when everyone thinks and expects Chelsea not to do something.
Why we won the cup last year.
So, go there. If I'm Tuchel, I'd just go, look, guys, you're at the Bernabeu. Yeah, it's one of the biggest stadiums in the world. Just go there, no pressure. I just want you to play like you did. Move the ball quickly.
Christensen.
Try and get a goal in the first 30 minutes if you can, but just play your hearts out. That's all you can do.
But
Don't come off the pitch.
The problem
feeling like-
becomes, even if we know we're going out, or if they do go out, I hope they don't. if they do go out, they have to win the FA Cup, which will be against City or Liverpool. You get what I mean? So it's like it's.
I mean, to be honest, I'd rather go out because I don't want the idea of us either Liverpool either in the FA Cup and the Champions League final. It's one or the other, man. Like we're bound to versus one of them two in either. Well, we are gonna versus Man City in the semis, but the final would either be City Liverpool or Chelsea Liverpool if we were to go through. And,
Listen,
Yeah.
I'd rather Liverpool get it because I can't deal with the idea of City winning a Champions League, but I can't deal with the idea of Liverpool winning a treble or a quad.
Yeah,
So like
exactly.
Chelsea
So
got to
it's
do
fine.
something. Listen,
We've gotta do
Chelsea needs to
something.
take the FA Cup. There's no treble, no quad, and then I'll leave it at that.
By
But
the
We've
way,
got to save. We've
Champions
got to
League
save
longer.
the world right now. We've been called as like the Avengers. You know, we've got to go out there and save the
Jem, have
world.
you noticed how many people have been backing Chelsea that are like United fans or like fans that really hate
Oi,
because
oi,
they
last
know
year,
they're like
Dave.
there's no one else. There's no other team other than City that can compete in these cups with these people.
I
Hey,
mean,
Kali, you wanna know what the funny thing is? We literally stopped City from winning a quadruple last season.
Last year, FA Cup
Exactly,
Champions
bro.
League, done.
literally. Yeah.
I'm a noted Chelsea hater, well, fan hater more so than the team. And I hate you guys. I won't lie. But this year, I'm on the bandwagon. Please win it. That being said, though, I gotta dip out, Jam. I gotta take my
Man,
dog
big
for a
up you, man.
walk.
Thanks for coming in, man. It's
No
been
problem.
man.
I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna be in London on the 22nd. So.
All right, yeah,
That's
100%.
guaranteed,
Let's
so
meet up, bro.
we're
100%,
gonna hang out.
man. All right, man. Sounds good, man. Big up to you, man. Take care. See you later on.
Later, guys.
Let's go to Matty. Matty, what you saying?
Do you know what, Jem? It's beautiful, isn't it? We won 6-0. Werner proves me right in front of, Winter Surfer. I'm waiting for an apology from you, bro. I'm also waiting for an apology from Alex as well. So, I'm racking up these receipts, man. Pulisic did nothing. Again, look,
See what I'm
and
talking about?
Arsenal, Igal did
Why
more
are we doing
dancing
this?
today than John Travolta did in Saturday Night Fever and Grease combined. It was absolutely awesome. Honestly, man, it was incredible. What a day. I'm still waiting to pinch myself to see if I actually wake up. But honestly, what a good day. Honestly. What do you guys think?
You getting no apology from Werner from me. It was against Southampton. Yeah, he loves
Listen,
playing against
Werner has to do it on a run of games
It's
before
like
anyone
he's-
apologizes for Werner.
Werner at Southampton is like the Lukaku against Aston Villa. He always scores against. He always scores against him. So
Hey, Matty, you'll get an apology if he scores the winning
if he scores the
tie
winner
to go
against
through
Madrid,
against Real Madrid.
if he scores the winner against Madrid, or has a blinding game against Madrid, you'll get a head nod. That's what you get.
You see, Matty, for one game, he proved you. Where's your standards?
Listen,
Where's your
if it's
standards?
old Chelsea standards, I don't give a shit what Werner does on Tuesday. But if it's the new Chelsea standards, if he scores and gets an assist, I'll come and get the Slayer ball.
Hey, I said he'd turn up today, and he did. So, I don't see where my standards are wrong. I mean, it's a shame that Cam docked out, actually. I was actually waiting to turn around and congratulate him for making Frank Lampard tactically competent. So, enough.
Yeah, we got him earlier.
Good Lord.
Oh, man.
Good God.
Super Frank.
Super Frankie.
I was happy. I kind of like. I was happy when Everton beat United. I was very happy.
Do you know what? I got so much abuse.
Man, I guess.
So I appeared back on the terrace, and I was just like, "Am I right or am I wrong?" That sort of thing.
It's like round two, man. Like round one was Brentford, Madrid, and Southampton. And round two is Madrid again, Palace for the FA Cup, and whenever they make us make up one of these Prem games. So it's like we still have to go. Like round two, if we don't show up, round one was sort of bad. Round two will be even worse. Like we have to beat Palace. Like that is my must-win game. I'm not tasking them with Tuesday as must-win. Palace is a must-win
thing is, you can't look at Palace lightly. They're not a bad. I'm telling you now. they
No,
are
I'm
not a bad
Jem.
team.
That's
They're
why.
serious.
Why do you think I said round 2? I'm not looking at
Hmm.
Palace like, oh, we step up. I'm just grateful Gallagher's not playing against us. That's
Yeah.
why I think
They
we'll
To be
tried.
win.
honest, we do have a shit record against ex-Chelsea players bugging against us or former Chelsea players.
Courtois. I mean, Mount was one we won against, but like most of the
So the
time, yeah.
biggest question mark for you
bugged
guys,
ahead against us. There's so many others, man.
No, of course, of course, of course.
the biggest question mark for you guys before we end the show is this, and I'm going to ask you this one big question. Against Real Madrid on Tuesday, we're going to do a preview anyway, as we always do. Does Timo Werner start? Yes or no?
No.
No.
Over Pulisic, yes.
I think I'm not even trying to be that guy. I think it depends on tactics and formation. Not to make a big thing out of it. If we play the same formation that we did the first leg, Timo doesn't start. If we're gonna pack the midfield and extra player, Timo starts.
Yep.
Turn it into the Werner bow.
Sure.
Yeah.
Werner,
Because I mean this honestly, unless Mendy has another stinker, if we pack the midfield, I'm not saying that this will win us the game, but they won't score more than one goal. I'll tell you that for free. So the only thing it's going to come down to is how does our midfield perform against Real Madrid? That's what I'm really looking for on Tuesday. And then are our forwards clinical?
You
Both
said
things are a
Let me
yes. I bet you money we go
Listen,
through.
if Militao's out, David Alaba will probably play. Who was the other guy that played next to him?
it's some random bomb we don't know.
Right,
Yeah,
what I'm
no
trying to
idea.
say is Militao is their most paciest defender, right? When
Yeah.
you think about
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
So he's not
That's a
available.
huge loss. That's
That
a
is
huge
a
loss.
huge loss. So do you play players with pace? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, but
again,
You could play someone like Pulisic who's got a decent amount of pace.
yeah, he's
He's
fast.
do you play decent pace or do you play direct?
No. And that was my
behind.
answer. If you pack the midfield, yes, use pace because you're going to be able to get those balls to the outfield and the forwards faster.
Yeah,
but if you
Nacho.
don't,
Yeah, Nacho,
what's
yeah,
going to
that's the
happen is if Werner gets caught out and they take the ball from Werner or they take it from one of our forwards, we're going to get hit with one of those counters we got hit in the first leg with Benzema hitting another header in our face.
But
And
we
then
have
we're
to.
gonna be like, oh shit,
We
people
need
got
a
it wrong.
certain.
literally, they're gonna do an Arsenal against us in the FA Cup. Pass to Benzema and inshallah, man, just let him do his thing. We just
have
gotta
to-
keep Benzema
yeah.
quiet.
We have to keep a clean sheet. We can't concede. We can't afford to concede. one
Listen,
goal.
I'm not scared of Vinicius. If we keep Benzema quiet, there's no way.
Vinicius isn't gonna do anything. He's just gonna dribble it out, play, man. That's what he's gonna do.
We
All
should
right,
be
but
more
we're gonna-
worried about the Real Madrid team that's going to be formed next year than this year. That's just facts. But we have to deal with this year. Like,
Yeah.
it's
We're going to
just-
do a preview to the Real Madrid game on Tuesday, isn't it? So
Yeah.
probably on Tuesday, maybe Monday. I
Monday.
don't know
I
yet.
got what time
Monday,
is it?
Tuesday, whatever.
But yeah, we'll definitely do a preview for that. Have a talk about formations, etc. See who's fit as well, because obviously Tuchel will have his press conference. See if anyone's got the lurgies or COVID or whatever. You know, you never know these days. Summer cakes, you know, or maybe earache, bum pain. I don't know.
It
Lukaku's
could
neck
be
might still
3-2 right now.
Lukaku's neck
so
might
much
be
calmer.
hurting still from where he hurt his head.
yeah,
You know, when he went to head of that ball against Real Madrid, he injured his neck, didn't he? Yeah. So
You don't understand. If he would have hit that goal, we would be so. I promise you, I'd be so calm right now. Like I wouldn't even. I'd be like, oh, down one goal, Bernabeu is still a task.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're capable of scoring two. It's just whether we can hold the 2-goal lead.
you know what the mad thing is? I do think we're going to create chances. I do. I think we will have chances.
Whether we're clinical.
You know, that's the difference. Are we going to
Why-
take these chances? That we
Why did we lose the FA Cup 2 years in a row? Not clinical. Why did we lose the Carabao Cup? Not clinical. Why did we drop so many points in the league? Not fucking clinical. Like, that's why I'm not confident. I need to see something different, consistent.
That's why we got Timo Werner, mate. It's all right. We'll be all right.
Turbo Timo, baby.
Bundesliga Werner is back, baby.
I'm praying, dude. Maybe Turbo Timo has the game of his life. Something we've never seen in a Chelsea
Oh,
shirt.
it'd be jokes, man, if he scored a hat-trick and just took off his top Messi style, man.
You know what? If Werner scores a hat trick, I'll do the same. I'll shave all my hair and I'll turn the camera.
Listen, he said it twice. It's a clip for sure. He said, "I will shave my
Just keep saying it.
If he scores a hat trick, I'll shave all my hair and I'll come on camera.
There you go.
Sorry.
There you go. And Matty will be having an absolute orgasm on here if he does as well, and he will be coming for all of it.
Oh, oh, James, you're gonna have a Timo Werner show. You got Fatur, Klaus F, Matty, Chris.
I tell you what, though. I will have a field day when Pulisic does nothing, and I'm calling all you out. That's what I'm looking forward to doing, because he'll go missing again, like he did today, and he did with the game before.
So much. I find it weird. I've never seen someone hate Pulisic so much.
Oh,
He's done nothing. He gets more defense than the likes of Mount or anybody else, and you just think, why? What have you done to deserve it? So
No, but my point is this. Matty, my point is this. What is the difference? All right, Pulisic, all right, he's not great. But what we currently have at the moment, is it not like comparing one shiny shit with another shiny shit?
That's literally what, except Havertz.
It's not like Pulisic doesn't play. We've got someone better that does it 10 times better than him, is there? From our forward line.
To answer him, though, the truth is Pulisic is like, people forget, like, they have short-term memory. Not you, but a lot of fans do. Pulisic in the beginning was nasty. Pulisic scored at the Etihad against Man City, won the game. Pulisic was in form under Lampard.
Like against Liverpool.
You get what I mean? In the beginning, Pulisic was one of our most consistent forwards. He was one of our most consistent forwards. Then he got all those injuries, and here we are now.
Guys,
yeah.
Make sure that you smash that like button. Get this over 100 likes. Subscribe to the channel.
I just saw the comment.
We will be back on Monday or Tuesday, or Monday or both, for the Real Madrid preview. Can Chelsea go to the Bernabeu and turn it around? Great result today, though. 6-0. Timo Werner with 2. Mason Mount with 2. Marberto Carlos Alonso with 1. And Mr. Kai the King Clutch Havertz.
Another goal.
On the score sheet again as well. Thomas Tuchel masterclass. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who we didn't speak about actually, had a very good game, but I'm not expecting to see him there at the Bernabeu. So I'm just saying.
No.
Just to get that clip.
You're expecting Jorginho?
No. Unless you pack the midfield, no. If we're gonna do a 2-man midfield, make it Conte, Kovacic.
The last thing I want is Jorginho jogging, man, as slow as Alonso on the counter.
Make sure you smash the like button, guys. Take care of yourselves. We'll be back again on Monday or Tuesday. Up the Chelsea. It looks hopefully like we're going to solidify third if we continue with a couple more wins. We should.
Fuck Arsenal.
All right. Fuck Arsenal. Fuck Man United. Fuck Man City. Fuck Liverpool. Fuck Real Madrid. Fuck everyone. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your
guys.
days.
Up the
Peace
Chelsea.
out.
Turbo